Planting peppers at the right time can feel simple at first. A warm day, a few healthy seedlings, and a fresh patch of soil. But peppers are more sensitive than many beginner gardeners realize. A small mistake in planting depth, watering, spacing, sunlight, or soil preparation can quietly slow root growth, weaken stems, and delay flowering later in the season. In this Smart Gardening video, we'll walk through 8 common pepper planting mistakes that home growers and small-scale farmers often make when starting their plants. Not with scared tactics, but with practical horticulture reasoning. How pepper roots respond to cool soil, why compacted ground limits growth, how overwatering affects young transplants, and why early plant stress can show up weeks later in pale leaves, dropped flowers, or smaller fruit. If you're planting bell peppers, chili peppers, jalapeños, or any warm season pepper variety right now, these details can help you give the plants a stronger start. Number 1 mistake is planting peppers before the soil is warm enough. Peppers may look ready when the air feels warm, but the soil often tells a different story. One common mistake gardeners make is planting pepper seedlings too early, especially after a few sunny days in spring. The leaves may look healthy in the tray, the stems may seem strong, and the garden bed may already be prepared. But if the soil is still cool, pepper roots slow down almost immediately. Peppers are warm season crops, and their roots need steady warmth to begin active growth. When they are placed into cold, damp ground, the plant spends more energy coping with stress than building new roots. You may notice the seedlings sitting in the same size for days or even weeks. The leaves can turn slightly pale, the stem may stay thin, and new growth may appear delayed. In heavier soils, cool moisture can also reduce oxygen around the roots, making young plants more vulnerable to transplant stress. Many growers make this mistake because they focus on the daytime temperature and forget that soil warms more slowly than air. A better approach is to wait until nights are consistently mild and the soil feels warm several inches below the surface. Raised beds, black plastic mulch, or planting a little later can help peppers settle in more comfortably. The goal is not to rush the season, but to give the roots a stable start. Strong, early root growth usually supports better flowering and fruiting later on. Next, we'll look at another mistake that happens right at planting time, and it can quietly limit pepper growth from below. Number 2 mistake is planting peppers in heavy, poorly drained soil. A pepper plant can look perfectly fine on planting day and still struggle because of what is happening underground. One of the most overlooked mistakes is setting peppers into soil that stays dense, sticky, or slow to drain. Many gardeners assume rich soil is always good soil, but peppers usually prefer a loose, well-aerated bed where roots can spread easily and excess water can move through without pooling. In compacted or poorly drained ground, young roots have to push through tight particles with very little oxygen around them. That slows root expansion and can leave the plant sitting still instead of growing upward. After a week or two, you may notice drooping during the day, yellowing lower leaves, or a transplant that never really seems to establish itself. In some beds, the surface dries out while the lower root zone stays wet, which makes watering decisions even more confusing. This often happens in gardens built on clay soil, in low spots that collect rainwater, or in beds that were worked while too wet and became packed down. A simple fix is to loosen the planting area deeply. Mix and finish compost if the soil structure is poor, and use raised beds where drainage is consistently a problem. You want the soil to feel crumbly rather than sticky, and moist rather than saturated. When pepper roots can breathe, they usually branch more freely, anchor faster, and support steadier leaf and flower development later on. The next mistake is one many well-meaning gardeners make out of care, giving peppers more water than they actually need. Number 3 mistake is overwatering peppers right after planting. Right after transplanting, many gardeners want to help peppers settle in quickly, so they keep watering again and again. The intention is good, especially when the seedlings look a little tired after being moved. But peppers do not establish well in soil that stays constantly wet. They need moisture around the roots, but they also need air spaces in the soil so new roots can breathe and begin spreading. After planting, the root system is still small. It cannot use as much water as a mature pepper plant with wide leaves and active fruit growth. When the soil remains saturated, oxygen drops in the root zone. The plant may begin to look strangely wilted even though the bed is wet, because stressed roots are not absorbing water efficiently. Lower leaves may yellow, the stem base may look weak, and growth can become slow and uneven. This mistake is common because wilting is often mistaken for thirst. But fresh transplants can wilt temporarily from sun, wind, or root disturbance, even when moisture is already present. Before watering again, check the soil a few inches deep. If it feels damp and cool, wait. Deep watering at planting time is usually better than frequent shallow watering every day. Good pepper watering is about rhythm, not panic. Keep the soil evenly moist while roots establish, but allow the surface to begin drying between waterings. This encourages the plant to search outward and build a stronger root system. Next, we'll move from water to space, because crowded pepper plants can create problems before flowering even begins. Number 4 mistake is planting pepper seedlings too close together. Pepper seedlings look small when they first go into ground, so it is easy to tuck them close together and imagine a fuller, more productive bed. But peppers need room not only for their branches, but also for airflow, sunlight, and root expansion below the soil. When planted or crowded from the start, they begin competing before they have fully established. At first, the problem may not be obvious. The bed may look neat and lively with rows of fresh green plants. But as the peppers grow, leaves begin to overlap, lower stem stays shaded, and moisture lingers longer between plants after watering or rain. This can increase disease pressure, especially in humid weather, and it can make it harder to inspect for aphids, mites, or early leaf problems. Crowded plants may also stretch upward instead of forming a strong, balanced shape, which can affect flowering and fruit support later in the season. Many gardeners crowd peppers because they want to make the most of limited space, especially in raised beds or small backyard plots. A better approach is to follow spacing based on the pepper type. Compact chili varieties may handle slightly closer spacing, while large bell peppers often need more room for branching and fruit load. Leave enough space for your hand to move between plants, and imagine the plant at mid-season, not just on planting day. Good spacing makes watering, mulching, pruning, harvesting, and pest checking much easier. Next, we'll look at a mistake that happens when peppers are planted in the right place, but at the wrong depth. Number 5 mistake is planting peppers too deep in the soil. Peppers are sometimes planted too deep because gardeners borrow the same habit used for tomatoes. With tomatoes, burying part of the stem can encourage extra rooting, but peppers do not respond in the same strong way. A pepper seedling usually does best when the root ball is planted close to the same level it was growing in the nursery tray or pot. When the stem is buried too far below the soil line, the lower part of the plant sits in a damp, low-air environment. In loose, warm soil, this may not cause immediate trouble, but in heavy or frequently watered beds, it can increase stress around the stem base. The plant may look slow to recover after transplanting. The lower leaves may yellow, and the stem near the soil can become weak or discolored. Sometimes the issue is subtle. The pepper simply pauses, while nearby plants at the correct depth begin pushing new leaves. This mistake often happens during rush planting, especially when seedlings are tall or slightly leggy. Instead of burying the stem deeply to fix the height, it is usually better to plant at the original root ball level and support the young plant with a small stake if needed. If the seedling is extremely leggy, improve light and hardening off practices before transplanting next time. At planting, make the hole wide enough for the roots. Set the crown level with the surrounding soil and firm gently without packing the bed tight. A correct planting depth gives pepper roots oxygen, keeps the stem healthier, and helps the transplant settle in with less stress. Next, we'll look at a mistake that begins before the plant even touches the garden soil. Number 6 mistake is skipping the hardening off process before planting. A pepper seedling raised indoors or inside a greenhouse may look strong, but its leaves and stems are developed in a protected world. The light is filtered, the wind is gentle or absent, moisture is easier to control, and temperatures do not swing as sharply. One mistake many gardeners make is taking those soft-grown seedlings and planting them directly into the garden without gradually preparing them for outdoor conditions. This step is called hardening off, and it matters because pepper plants need time to adjust. Direct sun can scorch tender leaves, wind can dry them faster than the roots can supply moisture, and cool nights can slow growth just as the plant is trying to establish. The result is often a seedling that looks fine in the morning but droops by afternoon. You may see pale patches, curled leaves, crispy edges, or plants that simply stop growing for several days after transplanting. Gardeners often skip this step because the weather looks mild or because the seedlings are already tall and ready to leave their trays. But readiness is not just about size. A good hardening off routine usually means placing seedlings outdoors for a short time at first, starting in shade or gentle light, then slowly increasing sun and exposure over several days. Bring them back in during harsh wind, cold nights, or sudden heavy rain. By the time peppers are planted, they should look steady outside rather than shocked by it. This small adjustment period can reduce transplant stress and help the roots focus on settling into the soil. Next, we'll look at a mistake that affects peppers after planting, especially when gardeners try to feed them too quickly. Number 7 mistake is fertilizing peppers too soon or too heavily after planting. After planting peppers, it is tempting to reach for fertilizer right away. The plants are small, the season feels short, and many gardeners want to push quick growth. But feeding peppers too heavily immediately after transplanting can work against the plant, especially while the roots are still adjusting to new soil. A fresh pepper transplant does not need a strong fertilizer charge before it is settled in. If the root zone receives too much concentrated nutrition, especially synthetic fertilizer placed close to the roots, it may cause stress rather than steady growth. The leaf tips can brown, lower leaves may yellow, and the plant may look stalled even though it has been fed. In other cases, too much nitrogen encourages soft leafy growth while delaying the stronger structure needed for flowering and fruit development. This mistake often comes from the idea that more fertilizer means a faster harvest. In reality, peppers respond better to balanced feeding at the right stage. Before planting, improve the bed with finished compost and a moderate, balanced fertilizer if your soil needs it. After transplanting, give the plant time to root in before applying additional feed. Once new growth appears and the plant looks established, light, consistent feeding is usually more useful than one heavy application. Watch the plant, not just the calendar. Deep green leaves, steady new growth, and firm stems usually show that the pepper is settling in. A thoughtful feeding schedule supports growth without forcing it. Next, we'll finish with a mistake that affects pepper plants during their first critical days in the garden. Number 8 mistake is ignoring weather protection during the first few days after planting. Even when peppers are planted at the right depth in good soil and after proper hardening off, the first few days in the garden still matter. A common mistake is planting them out and then leaving them completely exposed to sudden wind, intense afternoon sun, cool nights, or heavy rain. Peppers are warm season plants, but young transplants are still adjusting to a new root zone, stronger light, and changing outdoor conditions all at once. During this short settling period, stress can show up quickly. Leaves may droop in the afternoon, edges may curl, or the plant may look faded after a bright, windy day. If a cold night follows, growth can slow even more. Heavy rain can splash soil onto lower leaves, compact the surface around the roots, or leave the plant leaning before it is anchored firmly. These problems do not always ruin the plant, but they can delay establishment and make the first stage of growth uneven. Many gardeners skip protection because they assume transplanting is the final step. But peppers often benefit from a gentler transition after planting. Temporary shade cloth, a small wind barrier, roll cover on cool nights, or even planting on a calm, cloudy day can reduce stress. Mulch can also help moderate soil moisture, but keep it slightly away from the stem so the crown stays dry. The goal is not to baby the plant forever. It is to give the roots a few steady days to connect with the soil. Once the pepper begins holding firm, pushing fresh leaves, and standing upright to the day, it is usually settling in well.